you're going to find yourself getting passed by multiple cars, I mentioned earlier on. So you are in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. Doesn't qualify as well as he races. Only
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Barani, not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haight deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
But I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the loud pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Oh, Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And it definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Typical the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Barani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed more and forward up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go? Werrell, don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin, further down Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still such trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Bill Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot of fun. Yeah. And
It's all about the entertainment.
so I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is enjoying himself watching the Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there as they're really bunching up now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Truro Bypass JPB Love 175 from Nashville Fairgrounds, sponsored by NicholsOilPros.com. I am James Parker, going to be joined in the booth by Bradley Dalton very shortly here as well. But we're at literally a half-mile circuit. Couple of interesting facts about this circuit that I did not know until about an hour ago was the fact that back in the 1960s, they actually held figure-of-8 races here on a Tuesday evening. Oh, dearie me, can you imagine figure-of-8 races nowadays? But unfortunately, as well, the circuit itself back in 1965 did suffer a fire, and it burnt the grandstands from the 1965 State Fair, believe it or not. And it was new grandstands were built, and the track was lengthened and banked to 35 degrees. But somebody come to their senses in the 1970s and decided the banker was far too fast, and it was reduced to what it currently is at this moment in time at 18 degrees here. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how these drivers get on. It's the final race of the Xfinity Series. Let's have a look at the scores. Tyler Merritt has wrapped up the championship with Matthew Harmon in second place. Still got a place to battle with Ben Harkham. Al Corey's in there as well, not too far away. So second and third is up for grabs with Brad Kress, possibly teetering on the edge. Then Cameron Kane, Chad Bear, Jason Benson, John Campbell and John Crotchley. Season 5 has finished. Oh, I hear you say at home, but don't worry, Season 6 is coming along very, very nicely. They will be doing 5 nights of racing. Sundays will be Next Gens, Tuesdays Late Models, Wednesdays will be Draft Queens. Now, I'm guessing that could be draft tracks. I might have to get myself involved in that one. Thursdays Xfinity, and Fridays will be road racing and street stock. So if you want to get yourself involved, head over to triplebypassracing.com and you can get yourselves in some action-packed 5 nights of racing. 14 race seasons, championship trophies. Sessions are open at 8:15 Eastern, qualifying at 9 Eastern, and guaranteed heartbreaking what we do expect. And obviously a big shout out to this evening's sponsor of the NicholsOilPros.com. I've got to read it out because it does blow our own trumpet up here on JPB. The race title is TBD, Triple Bypass's way of saying thank you to myself and the entire guys that have worked on the series over this season as well. Bradley, Michael, Ewan O'Leary, Howie Burrows has been here at some points as well. Alex Goldschmidt has been filling in a couple. So, you know, Tom Cairns did one. So a big shout out to all the guys there as well, which is obviously keeping our partnership alive going into Season 6. We do have the recap that we will have a look at from last week's race at Michigan, and we will do that before we meet to Brad in the booth.
August 15, 2024 saw Michigan International Speedway roar to life with the NicholsOilPros.com series. The 115-lap race was filled with excitement, featuring 6 different leaders, 10 lead changes, and 2 cautions spanning 6 laps. The race was streamed live on YouTube by our partner, JPB Broadcasting, and was sponsored by John Kreidler. Thank you, John, for your support. Chad Bear, driving car 91, came out on top after starting from 4th. He kept his cool through the early chaos, working his way to the front and leading for 8 laps. He took advantage of a late race incident by Tyler Merritt and motored to victory. Merritt in car 38, who started on the pole, put up a fierce fight, leading a commanding 89 laps. He finished just 1.25 seconds behind Bear and recorded the fastest lap of the race. Our race sponsor, John Kreidler, started second and claimed the 3rd spot, trailing Merritt by 3.29 seconds. He led 1 lap with his fastest time of 39.91 seconds on lap 46. Al Corey finished in 4th, holding his position from the start, while Matthew Harmon in car 28 made an impressive jump from 13th to round out the top 5. The race's 2 cautions added some tension, but didn't stop the action-packed competition at Michigan, son. We hope you enjoyed this exciting NicholsOilPros.com series recap. We'll see you next time.
That was the recap from Michigan last week, guys, as well. And I think I'm going to admit it was an absolutely amazing race. The drivers are in qualifying at this moment in time, and they have 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. That's just enough time to bring Brad into the booth. Brad, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, good evening or good morning if you're James Parfit, of course. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a good day, and it's Thursday, and of course we're here a race named after us, James. And as much as I like to say it, the character up in the top right is not me, but it's not a bad depiction of me, actually. They did pretty good coming up with that, and I got to know where they stole the photo from to come up with it. Pretty cool to see the triple bypass guys paying love back to us after the crazy season 5 has been. But I am thrilled for season 6, especially if I know that you're going to get involved with the draft queens on Wednesday nights, because that means we're going to see something really fun, because that is nothing but super speedway racing in a variety of cars. And I was looking at the schedule. It's everything ARCA, trucks, cars, Amaros, street stocks, Gen 6, Gen 4s, Xfinities, and Mazdas. And I see the 87s in there as well.
Where did you see that? I haven't seen the schedule for that.
Oh, it's posted on the Discord. I'll make sure to send you a link to it.
Oh, is that the Draft Queen's info?
Yes.
Oh,
so you'll want to look at that. And then, of course, late models are back for Tuesday nights. So don't forget that. That's going to be a big one coming up.
Trucks. I just see trucks, and I'm like, yeah, buddy. And Mazdas at Charlotte. That's going to be awesome. Can we make one change? Where Al Corey, if you're listening, can we change the Mazdas to Martinsville? Because, you know, I've won there in the Mazdas. I know what I'm doing. I know it's not a draft track, but, you know, you could do it just for me. That would be nice. Give me one pick at least there on that one. Yeah, I might get myself involved in that Wednesday night one, to be fair. I don't mind some good loving trucks. As you full well know. So, yeah. The old man picture, I don't know if that's a depiction of... Well, we kind of make it out as me with the Union Jack across my head, of course. I can verify now I do not look that old, and I do have a beard. So, yeah, not me on that one. We have come to the end of qualifying. Before we bring up the grid for this race, it's 175 laps, 3 tyres, and they're only going to get 1 fast repair. Let's bring you up the grid here. Tyler Merritt is on pole position. Ben Harcum in 2nd. Sean Bradley 3rd with Al Corey in 4th. Then Mark Herzog in 5th. Ryan Hyatt in 6th. Jason Benson 7th. Cameron Kane 8th. John Campbell 9th. Matt Harmon in 10th, and then John Crutchley in 11th, with Tex Nichols down in 12th place. That round off the grid, we've got Chris Melton and Ward Fisher. So there's going to be 14 cars on this trace back. Warren, thank you very much. Overall on the yellows, well, I've stuck a poll up in YouTube chat, and at the moment, 10 plus has only got 14%, and 5 to 10 has got 86%. So I'll leave it up there for another minute or so until we get up and running and underway, and then I will basically end it, and we will see what outcomings will be the winner of this race as well this evening, and how many cautions we will get. I'm going 4, Brad. How many? I can't vote on my own poll apparently because I'm on my own account, so I can't vote on it, but how many do you reckon?
I'm gonna tell you 3, and that is just because there's a 14 car count and only 1 fast repair. So I think the issue is gonna be for these guys, if anyone wrecks early, they're gonna use up that fast repair quick, and then any other wrecks, they just kind of have to sit and wait for repairs. So I think they'll manage themselves. I think it'll be okay.
3, huh? Well, that could get exciting. Right, they are up and running. We will end the poll, and we'll see. 5 to 10 is a winner on 77%, 1 to 4 on 11, and 10 plus on 11% as well. Well, we're going to find out very, very shortly. Let's hope we go a couple of laps at least before we have our first one, because there would be nothing worse than having a first caution over the first couple of laps. In fact, I could think that would be absolutely horrendous. Brad, have you ever driven on Nashville Fairgrounds circuit?
I have not driven Nashville Fairgrounds personally, but it does look like a really good track honestly, to go around. I was looking up some of the history before, and when you consider that this is a track that drivers like Darrell Waltrip, Bobby Allison, Dale Earnhardt, Bill Elliott, Sterling Marlin have all taken wins at. So this is a track that looks a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie though, I wish it still had 35-degree banking. I think it'd be a lot of fun to take a car around here with 35-degree banking.
Bro, if they could put the old model on iRacing, that would be absolutely amazing. Current series they run here are Arcos and Super Late models. They did hold the NASCAR Busch series at one point, and the pace car is going to be up and running. We'll get this going first before we continue on with the history of this great circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, final race of the season 5, and we are green. Merritt out in front, Harcum on the outside. Then you've got Bradley, Corey, Herzog, Hyatt and Benson. What do we reckon on two lanes here? Are we going to see 2 lanes, or are we it's going to be single file racing?
Well, I was watching Al during practice, and Al was trying to wrap it around the high line several laps, and he did fairly decent at doing so. So I feel like we should see 2 lines go through, but I think it really depends on how much the guys want to scrub the tires and not worry about pit stops, and that's going to be the big question. But you can see here that Al's holding high, and it slides around, and Cameron Kane just takes him out.
Oh, shame. Cameron Kane. Would have happened to a nicer fellow.
James, are you forever going to hold that grudge?
I'm not holding anything. I'm not holding anything at all. Why would I hold a grudge to the man that took me out on the pace lap? I don't know. Anyway, now that gives me enough time to pull Mr. Corey into the booth, the man who was responsible for the first caution here as well, running that high side middle lane. As he is going into the pits, we'll let him go into the pits first.
I'm good. What's up, boys?
Is that all right, mate? How are you?
Well, I'm not too good right at the moment. I'm just going to check and see what kind of damage I have.
Yeah, did Cameron Kane come around the corner and join your car?
I don't exactly know what happened there, but no big deal. I got 40 seconds of optional repair, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you lost the back end, mate, and it slid round on you coming out of the banking. So I can safely say on that one there, buddy. Al, listen, Season 6. Give us some information really quickly about Season 6, why we've got you in the booth.
Well, lots of big changes in Season 6. We're bringing back the next-gen car to our Sunday night series, and we're super excited about that. We've gone ahead and had custom setups made for every race. It's always been a bit of an issue with the next-gen iRacing setups that weren't great, so we've bit the bullet and got some new setups, so we're really excited about that. So many other things going on. We've got late models have come back on Tuesday night. I think you guys might have known that last week, so that's pretty exciting. And then I want to talk a little bit about some new stuff happening. We've got a Street Stocks series happening Friday nights. It's set up for late night racing for the West Coast guys, and that's going to be right after our road racing, GT road racing series on Friday nights. So two different series running Friday nights. And then last I'll mention is Wednesday nights we're going to do some terrific plate racing. We're going to host races on Wednesday night, open to anybody who wants to join. And we're hoping to get a few more members into the league and check us out.
Okay, mate. Well, listen, good luck. I might join you on the Wednesday night. Can I just make one request? The Mazdas, can they run at Martinsville? Because I'm good there.
I think Mazdas are going to be at Charlotte.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. I'll have to see how I got on. Al, I'm going to put you back down in the booth, mate. We'll catch up a little bit later. You're going to be up and running after this one. Take care, bud.
All right. Later.
A little bit early there, but ladies and gentlemen, we are single file and we are going to be going. I had to kick them out of the booth before we went green, and we are green. For the JPB Love, 175 on lap 7. I'm sorry, Al, I didn't mean to put you out early. Tyler Merritt out in front from the old thumbsticks himself. Why do we call him thumbsticks, Brad?
He is a blasphemous driver who drives on a controller, so he uses his thumbs. That is why we call Mr. Thumbsticks Mr. Thumbsticks. And, I can judge all I want because he drives on a controller, but you can't deny that the boy is fast, so I have to give it to him there.
Yep, he is, and he's out in front by 1.3 seconds at the moment. Bradley on the inside on the 77, Harcum going high on the 78. He's got Herzog coming in his inside lane there. Ryan Hyatt, Benson, Campbell, Harmon, Crutchley, Ward Fisher, Tex Nichols, Cameron Kane, Al Corey, and Chris Melton at the back. Nobody is a lap down. Everybody is still on the lead lap. I'm not going to say for how long, mind you, because at the moment, Merritt up the front is absolutely flying along here. He's doing an absolutely stellar job, and we're on board the roof with Ben Harcombe. And you can see in front, it's Ryan Hyatt there with Benson in behind. Harcombe running this high line a little bit too high into the wall there for Ben Harcombe. He might need to come off just a little bit, and I might need to get off Ben Harcombe while he's flashing around there. So I'm going to jump on board with John Campbell on this one, because I have seen that absolutely wreck my PC. So we're going to stay off him for just a minute there while Ben's in and that settles down. Nice steady start. One caution out the way, but, you know, for hours he said he'd come out of 4 and it just got a little bit slidey back end on him here. And, you know, around he went. But I think overall it could be a nice clean race, Brad. I think these guys can run clean, and I wouldn't be surprised if they run from now to the end green, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, and that's one of the things I like about Triple Bypass. You know, we've seen these guys run these cars at Talladega, at Daytona, and have no cautions. We've seen many races from these guys where it's been green start to finish. So with the field spreading out and settling down as much as it has so far, we're 13 laps in, I'm in agreement with you. If these guys run all the way to 175 green, it would be no surprise to me, because they are very clean and very fast drivers all the way through.
Yeah, I think you are right, and I think these guys just wouldn't surprise me if they did continue on with the green as well. As we were talking about before the green flag dropped, this series has held, this track has held trucks here as well. Now that would be absolutely amazing. They held them right up until 2000, and the same with the Busch Bell South Mobility 320 was again finished in 2000 as well. So it seems NASCAR come away from this circuit, Brad, roundabout in the year 2000, and decided it just wasn't for them.
NASCAR has a long track record of making bad decisions about what tracks are for them and what tracks aren't for them, and what tracks they want to be at and they don't want to be at. I think this track in general is a very, very good track. I think the big issue is not enough seating, and probably just a little bit of, you know, a facilities issue for them to be hosted here. But man, this is a very, very nice track. Just looking it up, looking at the different events they hold, it's a very good track, and I do think it would be cool to see trucks here again. I think it would be cool to see some real life racing here with those higher tier series. But again, you get the logistical issues in it. But so far, watching, you know, the Triple Bypass guys run through, it seems like at least the Xfinity cars would handle really well.
Yeah, I think Xfinity here would do an absolutely amazing job, and I think the circuit can lend itself to that. I think at the end of the day, they've got to realistically look at this circuit and think, okay, can we do anything with this? What's the situation with it? Because as I say, back in the day, it literally was running, you know, figure of 8 racing, which seems absolutely crazy that they were doing figure of 8s on a Tuesday evening here, you know. And I just think that the circuit itself, the short track circuit, I do love a good short track, but as you say, not many grandstands, not much seating, capacity-wise could be a bit of a problem. You know, it only holds 15,000, and we do know that NASCAR love their more larger stadiums, track circuits, should we say, as well, being that obviously, you know, they want to make sure that they can fill it as much as possible, and I think that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, and this track only has a seating capacity of 20,000, so that's a big limiting factor for this speedway, is that there's only capacity for 20,000 people maximum in the grandstands in real life, and it sort of really does limit what they have. And if you consider, you know, when they run, you know, their late models and different series down there now, and super late models, they pack the grandstands out for that. So if you bring in, you know, the bigger talents in NASCAR, you really aren't going to have space for anything, and it creates a logistical nightmare. And part of that too is it's called Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. It's Nashville. It's a large population center, so you get tons of people coming in. And then if you bring in a large series like that, they're all going to come in from, out of state and out of town to watch. If you consider that versus, say, Bristol Speedway, which has a capacity of, I don't remember it off the top of my head. I think it's around 150,000 is what I'm going to tell you. And if you consider that Bristol's pretty much packed out every time NASCAR shows up, that's a big limiting factor to this track. But man, this track looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. Cameron Kane's just gone under John Crutchley there. And we've got JC, Benson, Hyatt, Herzog, and Bradley. Bradley's escaped, mind you, 2 seconds down the road. Herzog with Hyatt, Benson, Campbell, and Harkham. Then you've got Matt Harmon driving around completely on his own, of course, here. And I think at the end of the day, for Matt Harmon, he's got to try and finish in front of Ben Harkham. Let's be real about it, because of the way the point situation is set up and those guys in the championship. I think at the end of the day, for Harmon, he's got to try and find a way here, but how can he do that?
Consistency, that's going to be the big thing for Harmon, is he just needs to be consistent back through and work on his times. He's slowly going to start closing that gap, it looks like, just slowly but surely. And thankfully it's 175 laps. Unfortunately, those laps take about 20 seconds, so the laps are going to tick down quick. He's just got to be smooth and consistent, and I do think that he can start to close that gap and get things back together as we go. It's tough, and it's a little bit too of a mental game. You got to remember that you've got plenty of time, and maybe you hold back that 1% now, add that extra 1% back in, and slowly start to close those gaps. Look for those passes and just do what you can.
Yeah, I do fully agree. I'm just going to do some quick maths here. Because they get 46 for the win, and then 42 for second, 41, 39, and all the way down the list, right? So currently, where we at, Ben Harkham is sitting in 7th. So he would receive currently 36 points for Ben Harkham. Matthew Harmon sitting in 8th, and he would receive 35 points. And now Corey's down in 9th, which would receive 34. So I really quick maths, so hopefully it works out. Well, 7, 8, 380, gonna be 8. Matthew Harmon by 3 points over Ben Harkham, and Al Corey a further 10 points back if they stay where they are right now, of course.
And it looks like Harkham has gotten past Mr. JC John Campbell, Krispy Kreme himself, which I got to tell you, Mr. JC, you have a lot of invoices for me for my Krispy Kreme orders on Wednesdays and Fridays. I hope you will respond to those soon, because those are starting to gain interest as we go.
You are aware it's Australia, right? Tight as they come.
I am aware.
Tight as they come. Literally. You stick a lump of coal up probably JC's bum, and in a week you'll have a diamond. You know what I mean? That's how tight some of them can be. So I really I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Chris Melton and Ward Fisher running side by side coming out of turn 4. And Melton does go through. The man from Longwood in Florida goes through underneath here. Tyre saving Brad running high generally. That would be the general rule of thumb. Cameron Kane in that croc machine, which I do love, by the way. Looks absolutely amazing. Generally running high, tyre saving as much, carrying the speed round.
Yeah, I think that's really what they're going to be looking at, because if you go low, you're really trying to work that weight transfer through, and it's going to be a little bit faster, but you are going to, scrub more of the tires. You see Cameron Kane in the background doing a little bit of a slide there and just proving my point, as the drivers love to do. But if you're up on the high line, a little less lock in the wheel, a little less stress on the right front. So if you're looking at sort of the long-term strategy, and of course these guys have 3 sets of tires for 175 laps, they're going to be looking to kind of run mid to high most of the time. But then, of course, when they're looking to pass, they're going to do what Naj's doing here. They're going to send it down low, and they're going to try to, pin it down low and then slam the throttle, because that is sort of the faster line through. And we can see Naj clearing no problem. And now he goes right back up to that midline to try to, round off a little bit more, little less pressure on that right front, and he can just continue on.
Yeah, he can here, and I think as you can see, back to Fisher. Well, Naj's car is doing an absolutely stellar job once again in this racing. I think at the end of the day, these guys do love to race clean, they love to race hard, but they do keep it nice and clean in the process, and I think that's kind of one of the recognizable things of Triple Bypass, is the fact of how clean the racing could be here. These guys go whizzing past us, currently topping nearly 95 miles an hour. They are on the brakes going down into the corners, of course. They've got a brake to bring them cars down, and yeah, otherwise you're going to be in deep trouble as we pick up Ryan Hyatt there from the Tennessee Storm Chasers. Now, I did have a conversation with Mr. Hyatt once about this Tennessee Storm Chasers scenario, and I believe he then, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't many time ago, that just seems crazy, right, to me, going to see chase storms.
It's a little crazy, yes, but it is sort of a necessary thing if you do it safely. It gives a lot of scientific data, a lot of important information, especially here in the U.S., where I don't know if this is the case in the U.K., but in the U.S., like, tornadoes are getting significantly more prevalent than they have been in prior years. So being able to go out and get that data about where a tornado is, where it's tracking, it really can help give that information forward to help protect people ahead of the storm and, deploy scientific instruments, get more data, and sort of just help build those trends to understand, what the weather is doing. Because in the U.S., tornadoes are becoming more and more a prevalent part of our weather than it's been ever that I can think of. There's been tornadoes, on the other side of the county of where I'm at, and they've never traditionally been here in my part of the U.S. And I'm just, in Kentucky, I'm the state above. It's not a normal thing for us, but now it's starting to become just the normal routine that, every storm season we see tornadoes all the way through. So, you get guys like Ryan Hyatt and some of those mad lads that do the storm chasing, and they go out and track stuff, and then it helps build trends so we can figure out, what we need to do to protect people.
Yeah, we have got a couple of tornadoes in the UK. Don't get me wrong, they haven't gone through and torn up trailer parks and spat houses 500 miles down the road kind of thing, but they have been there or thereabouts. Again, that's something that we've never really heard of or even remotely seen before here. Sean Bradley has closed right up on Tyler Merritt, and he did that kind of like a stealth little ninja, did Mr. Bradley. Merritt looks like he might be struggling a little bit on them tires. We are 47 in. They can go round 55, 110, 160 maybe for the final tire set here, but Bradley looks like he's got a hold of his tires a lot better than Merritt has, and as he's continuing to fight it out, Merritt has losing them tires there, Brad. A big old slide from Tyler Merritt.
Yeah, I thought Tyler was saving for a second, but I can also see the right side of that car. Something's going on because he's tapped the wall a few times. The right side of that car looks beat up, but I thought for a second that Tyler was just sort of conserving, sort of playing around a little bit and just relaxing. But no, Sean Bradley has really just settled in here. Tyler Merritt does not look comfortable here. And now Tyler's going to have to just settle back and start chasing down Sean Bradley. But Sean Bradley knows the challenge he has behind him there with Tyler, so he'll keep it moving. But yeah, I mean, Tyler keeps tapping the wall on
that car, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's done something.
Yeah, I know they sit left because of the banking, but I don't think that far left.
Every single time he's exiting the corner, I'm hearing a little bit of a tap. Every single time he exits 2 or 4, he is just lightly tapping that outside wall, and I think he's finally done hard enough of a tap to break something.
Yeah, and look at you think about this man on a controller. Look at the inputs of his steering wheel. You know, that is like steering wheel control almost on that one. You know, because look, he's on that controller and that's damaged. That car, I've got to be honest, is damaged. I've never seen a car drive like that. He has hit the wall far too many times for Mr. Merritt, as he's all banged up on the right front, and there is now damage in that car. So we'll see how he gets on. Goes to show us how bad it has, the fact that Bradley has opened up 1.6 seconds now. Cameron Kane first at the pit stoppers. Ben Harkham is with Mr. Benson. Herzog in there with Ryan Hyatt, chasing down Merritt, who last time out did a 21.7. Everybody behind him did a 21.5, 21.4, 21.4, 21.5. So they are slowly catching up to Mr. Thumbsticks here, and if he isn't careful, he's trying to hang this out to whatever lap he wants to go and get this pit stop done, Brad. You're going to have to be careful, otherwise he might just get eaten alive.
Well, and here's the thing with Mr. Thumbsticks is, even if he is nursing that damaged car around, as we see Mr. Hyatt around the inside of Herzog and Mr. Cameron Kane coming out of the pits, and that's telling for me that Cameron Kane is now 2 laps down. That is good information everyone's going to need to know. We'll see what the pace difference is for him as he comes through here underneath Benson and goes through and possibly clears him. No, they're going to keep it side by side for a minute. This is where things start to get interesting.
I think you'll see the grip difference, though. I think Kane has got the grip in that car now. He's just going underneath everybody. You know, last time out, we'll keep an eye on his lap time. I'm not going to take his pit out lap as last time, because that was like 46 seconds. What did he do lap one? 21.6. So, and obviously he's sitting in traffic at that point. So I think he probably could get down to the low 20s where he has been for the best lap time of his race. So there's about 1.5 seconds to 2 maybe difference on lap times here. As you can see, Benson underneath. That is Ben Harkham in that 78 machine. Harkham's still trying to run that outside line. Benson gets it all a little bit of an iggly-piggly, wibbly-wobbly, and Harkham does go through. Merritt's now into the pits. That shouldn't be a surprise here for Tyler Merritt. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did.
Yeah, he's going to go in, take his fast repair if I had to guess, or maybe he'll just take fresh tires, and that's really what he needs. But I think the telling thing for Thumbsticks here is going to be what he does, and I think regardless of what happens here, he's got the pace to try to fight his way back forward. It's going to be, the big question is, does he get his way back? But he has pace. We know he's fast. It's just going to be kind of watching and seeing where he lands in as we keep watching this mid-pack battle that's just, went from 0 to 100 really quick here. Herzog trying to hold off Mr. Harkham as they continue along, and Cameron Kane last lap 20 seconds, 20.6, so considerably faster on those fresh tires.
Yeah, Merritt is in front of Kane now as well. Merritt did get out in front of Kane, and Ryan Hyatt is the man on pole position. You'll see the pit entry on the inside there. You can see the yellows. That's it there, just on the left-hand side. We've just gone past it. Very difficult pit entry here. They will have to notify if they are going into the pits. Purely just because of the makeup of the pit lane, it's very, very difficult for these guys to basically keep off that inside line to be able to go and into the pits, Brad, because it's literally off a corner. It's there. We've just seen it in the bottom picture.
Yeah, it's mid-corner turn in. It is probably the most difficult green flag entry we're going to see here all season, honestly. And of course, it's the season finale, so that makes things a little more fun. But yeah, you've got to really trust in everyone around you, and you got to be on the radio early calling it out. Probably as you exit out of 2, you're really going to be calling in that you're planning to pit, and then you just got to, fingers crossed, dive it down there. But then you got to watch speeding too, because it's a 35-mile-an-hour pit lane here at the fairgrounds, so you really, really got to get down to speed very quick.
Yeah, I'm interested in the note on this one. Merritt got out in front of Bradley. Merritt cleared Bradley in the pit lane. So for Bradley, he's going to have some chasing to do. Yellow flag. That is going to kill the people who have been out. Oh.
That is going to ruin Thumbstick's day is what that's going to do.
It was Mr. Melton here on lap 64. We've seen that before. Dear sir. And unfortunately, Pauline's out of caution. I expect everybody to be rushing in now. Ryan Hyatt is going to almost get a free pit stop. Just come straight off in free and get yourself straight down into the pit lane. There you go. Job done for him. I think Mr. Nichols is going to come in as well. NicholsOilPros, of course. We will interview our sponsor when he gets down. He's going into... he's missed the pit lane. Somebody missed the pit lane. He's going to have to try and go again. Where's the pace car? That's going to be the question for Mr. Nichols. Is the pace car going the back stretch? He will have time, but he's going to have to drop in literally now. Start coming in now. There you go.
Yep.
Keep it to the wall. Yeah, keep it to the wall, Tex. Keep it to the wall, and you make it straight in. We'll give him a minute to get into his pit box. That is going to put Marriott and Bradley back out in front again. Hyatt is looking like he's in third place. Harkham fourth. Herzog fifth. But of course, once Mr. Nichols is into the pits, on the brakes, get everything done. He is. Let's bring him really quickly into the booth here as well. Mr. Tex Nichols. Tex, welcome in, buddy. How are you? Doing that well.
Wow, he's doing great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't press the button to key my mic. I said I'm doing pretty good. I'm bringing up the rear.
You are, sir. You've got Cameron Kane behind you, so that's always good. You know, if he gets close, I wouldn't object to you giving him a little nudge. Just saying. All right, on that one. Tex, how's it been for you this season, buddy?
Well, I've learned a lot, and I've had a lot of fun.
You've had a lot of fun as well. NicholsOilPros, tell us about them really quick.
Well, I'm an AMSOIL independent distributor in North America, and would love to earn people's business, and it's the best. Sorry, spotter talking to me. I would love to earn people's business, and it is the best synthetic oil on the market.
And how can people find you, Tex?
The easiest way is just go to NicholsOilPros.com, and the best way to get the best price is use the click on the preferred customer and sign up for that. And I'm running a special right now that if you reach out to me on email, I will pay for the first year of preferred customer.
Okay, well, there you go, guys. Get yourselves over involved. Let's put Tex back in, because you're going to be going green very shortly. Have fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are green. That was a word from our sponsor, Mr. Tex Nichols from NicholsOilPros.com. Head over there, get yourself some great synthetic oil and some discounts as well, with your preferred customer being paid for the first year by Tex himself. Out of his own pocket, I'm sure. But we're up and running. Marriott, Bradley, Harkham, Hyatt. That's the way it's going to be, Brad, for the first opening of these couple of laps. But we're just nearly, what are we, 72 in? James can't do maths. I need to get to, where do I need to get to for halfway? 90? Just shy of 87 or something like that. So there we go. But Bradley's done it once, so Marriott, can he do it again?
I think he can. I do think he can. I think that big key is going to be a little bit of, just nice, calm consistency from Sean Bradley. We've already seen that thumbsticks can have some issues, get into the wall, get damage, and Sean Bradley needs to just avoid doing that and just stay right there, keep the pressure on him, and if he can get a dive like this up the inside and make it work as they exit out of 4 down the straight, just hold on right there. Don't let thumbsticks get back down low. And that's about the way he's going to have to do it. Keep the pressure on him, short track racing.
Yeah, Bradley couldn't get out the inside then now. Merritt's long, got back through once more. He's going to take that inside line, shortest route round the racetrack. Anybody who does any running knows the inside line is the shortest possible route. And Merritt now has got himself back down. Bradley's going to have to go again. He's going to have to get his elbows out. He's going to have to muscle him through here because he needs to, if he really wants to make that overtake, sending it high, wide and handsome might not work here.
It's not gonna at all. The inside is really how you need to pass. It's that sort of short track racing that you think of when you look at a track like this. It's very hold low, single file, get your nose up there, hard on the brakes, send it up the inside and get the pass done, pin the guy to the high line, and he can't hold on to it. You just gotta be consistent and smooth. And really, that's what Sean Bradley's doing right now, is being nice, smooth, consistent, and holding on to it here as we go around. We're approaching that halfway point, as you pointed out, and we'll just, have to keep it smooth and moving. Everybody's got fresh tires. Everybody's good on fuel. So at this point, just drive it.
Yeah, I do agree. We've just got to kind of go and, some of them went quite far, 60, 50, 66, some of them not so much. Cameron Kane's been in, and that's twice Kane's been in, actually, and he's still, a lap down at this moment in time. I'm surprised he didn't get the lucky dog last time, though, mind you. I am shocked about that. But he is a lap down. Bradley now got Merritt off that inside line once more. Is he going to be able to make it through? He's trying to come underneath him here. Bradley, you can see he's hugging the line, and Merritt's going to keep going. Now you can come back in front of him. You are clear, and Merritt does come down, coming out into turn 3, out of 4. These guys battling, and Bradley's looking more and more ferocious, Brad, and I think it ain't going to be long before Mr. Sean Bradley really does hammer home this move.
I would agree with that. And I think the big thing for Sean Bradley is he's got to be careful to not, knock off the tires here, trying to put too much pressure on Merritt. But, he's got to get the move done sooner rather than later. But my big concern is the more he tries to force the move through, he's doing nothing but just burning up his own tires. He's going to burn that right front off the car, and, well, you're starting to see the corrective steering in on the exit of 2. He's going to start to have more of that, and then Thumbsticks is going to run away. You gotta be smart. You got to be aggressive.
All right, smart and aggressive don't go in my vocabulary together. I'm not going to lie. I'm either aggressive or I'm smart. I'm never smart and aggressive. How are we going to achieve that if I was in this car, Brad? You
gotta look for. It's hard. It is something hard to explain, but it's something that these drivers practice. You just gotta look for the chink in the armor. Look for the point where you've got the run, and it's gonna take a couple of laps to set up. That's the thing with short track racing. You don't just magically decide I'm gonna send it into 2 right now as you're hitting the entrance of 2. You've got to set it up pretty much from the lap before and just be right there, and you've got to slowly gain and be right there, and get a run off of 2, and as you're diving into 3, just enough of the nose to the inside. It doesn't take a lot. You just gotta be close enough, and that's where that smart and aggressive comes together. Is you get the run right here off of 4, run them down all the way into 1, and then just get the nose up the inside, get deep on the brakes, and then just make the car rotate and get past. And it looks like, honestly, at this point, Sean Bradley's ran that right front off, so I think he's backed off. He's trying to just sort of hold the gap right now. Benson's not a slouch either, so for Corey it's going to be about keeping his eye right there with Benson behind. And I think Corey is really kind of our king of consistency at every track. He's not the slowest, he's not the fastest, but he's always consistent. His lap times stay lap over lap the most together. So I really think Corey is just kind of driving to... He's taking that Formula One approach where you drive to a delta and you just keep the car on track and you keep the pace through. You want to let some of those front guys burn their tires off and then slow down by 2 seconds? Let him do that. In 50 laps, he's going to be holding a similar lap time to what he is now. And it's, it's kind of frustrating for drivers like Benson and Harmon who might have a little bit more pace, but they need to get around Corey. And Corey is just, he's a block in the road. He's right there. He's going to hold on to it and just keep his car together. He is always very consistent and smooth. Well, other than that first, lap 3, lap 4 caution that we had, Corey is usually kind of my measure for consistency in a race. Yeah, I'd agree. You've got to... The other thing, too, is I don't think he really committed. I think he was just kind of, taking a sniff there and trying to see if he could get the move on the inside. He wasn't really committing to, this is my position, I'm going to pass. And that's the other big key is when you get that car down the inside, you have to commit to the bit. You got to, when you send it, you send it. You can't just, sort of halfway go through. It's just like, you can't halfway, decide you're going to eat your breakfast. You eat breakfast or you don't. You can't halfway commit through.
Well, it really does depend if I'm in a rush and I have time to chew a couple of mouthfuls of toast. Or do what I normally do and sit here at about 11:30 at night and eat a bowl of cereal.
I eat cereal for dinner sometimes. I can't say a lot. Sean Bradley, big wiggle there. Ryan Hyatt's going to get the run through. But yeah, no, cereal is kind of a staple dinner in this household here for me. Me and the missus, of course. She really does enjoy cereal and popcorn. That's a very regular thing for her. And it's not that, it's not that we don't go grocery shopping. We don't have food. It's literally just, sometimes that's just all you want, is you just want a nice, simple bowl of cereal with some milk.
Yeah. No.
Here's the question.
Go on.
Do you pour your milk first or your cereal first?
Cereal first.
Good. That is the correct answer. Anyone who says otherwise is a psychopath.
I agree. I do fully agree. But yes, cereal first, and then milk on top, which generally means I've overfilled the bowl with milk and I've got floating cereal because I get very excited and end up having quite a lot of milk there on my cereal. But we're just breaking in for that 100 mark. And now you can see Hyatt is going to point out a yellow. No. He managed to not bring out a yellow there, but that was very, very close for Ryan Hyatt. Just try and see if we can catch. Just want to go back just a minute. Sorry for going backwards, but sometimes this is the only way and needs must. Contact with Bradley, I think. Yeah, Hyatt's come up, and unfortunately for him, he went high, wide, and handsome, and into Bradley there. His tyres just did not quite hold him at the pace that he was carrying. So that's put Harkham in front. This is Benson, Harmon, and Corey. Corey's under a whole heap of pressure here. Brad as well, trying to hold on. And unfortunately, he's got the two guys behind him of Benson and Matt Harmon.
Yeah, he's fighting through, and a couple of things with the Hyatt incident there. One, I'm really shocked it didn't throw a caution. And number two, I'm shocked that spun Ryan Hyatt to begin with. I think realistically, I think in real life, if you had two cars impact like that, I don't think that would be a caution or a spin on the inside car. I really think they would just kind of, bang sheet metal and keep going. So that's one of the frustrating things with iRacing, is little bits of contact like that can cause big impacts and cause big results. I don't think that should have spun high as bad as it did. Thankfully, no caution. We keep going green and keep it moving here. For Corey, he's still holding back Benson and Harmon, if only just. I mean, they've tried to get around him a couple of times and haven't been able to, and now they've settled back in single file here. But I think Corey's really starting to be on pace with the rest of the field, though. Looking through, he was actually faster than some of the cars ahead on the last lap. I think that little bit of conserving his tires has started to go a long way.
Yeah, Benson, Harmon spinning. Harmon's in the wall.
And that's a caution.
Yeah, there we go. It had to be. Caution number 3, we witnessed live here on lap 104. 104. And that was a Harmon solo. And it looks like he's hit the wall that hard. He's broke the car. Let's hope he didn't activate his fast repair, otherwise he's going to be broke. And he's going to be there for quite a while. Does he aware that smoke's coming out the back, do we think?
He's probably not, but I would guess that he's probably getting a call for a meatball or water tank, if I had to guess. So I would say he's probably going to be diving in as soon as pit lane's open.
Yeah, I don't think it really would have really mattered if he dived in early, to be honest. He's only going to get an EOL, so Matt Harmon, I don't really feel it will. Anyway, going to go to the back once again, and what we'll do while they are doing that is we'll have a chat with our very own Mr. John the Nodge Crotchley. Nodge, welcome in, buddy. How are you? John.
Hey, James. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Hey, doing well, doing well.
How's it out on the racetrack?
I'm trying to catch up. I got involved in a little wreck, had a little wheel damage. I've got a little bit more time to fix it.
How long you got left on your repairs, dude?
I got about 12 more seconds. I'm going to go around the block and do one more shot in the.
All right, man. What's it like out on track at this moment in time? Are you happy with yourself? Are you are where you expect to be?
I was hoping to be a little bit closer in, but everybody here in Discord is just talking about how much concentration we got to do and how the tires are just getting so slippery so fast.
Yeah, they're slicking up quite well out there.
Yes, they are.
Top 5 is an ambition, Nodge?
It's going to be a top 10 tonight for me. I'm sorry, my fans, but I will try.
Oh, the wall!
Oh!
Yep, that's the way it goes.
You have got your fast repair left, right?
Yep, I'm using it right now.
I was going to say, you got smoke coming out of everything. Oh, no!
Tonight's not my night.
Dude, you should have told me. Oh, thank God for that fast repair. I would have been crying. Oh,
I am honest. I'm crying inside. I am crying inside.
Yeah, but at least you've got your fast repair and you're not sat in the pits for like 40 minutes. Dude, listen, I'm going to put you back in there before you have any more bad luck. I'll catch you later.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Oh, no.
Listen, I got roasted by Parasini recently about a commentator's curse. That was something else.
Hey, I didn't ask him to enter the pits and crash, did I?
Oh my goodness gracious me.
I did not ask him to do this. He's just coming way too fast. Ouch.
Oh.
Yeah, that weren't me. I can't take responsibility.
Man.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, dearie me. We are green, right higher out in front. And higher takes up the whole shot with Merritt in second, Bradley third. Bradley's got Harcombe trying to go around the outside. Herx off this Oh, there's a bumper off somewhere. That just shot off. No, it's back on, apparently. Were my eyes?
Yeah, that was
weird.
That was very weird. I don't know what that was about, but I will tell you right now, Mr. Ryan Hyatt got the bump and run from Merritt. Look at Arkham sliding around, though. These guys are, I think they're enjoying this track. I think they're enjoying Nashville Fairgrounds. Even though it's proven to be a little bit of a challenge here, and poor Mr. Ryan Hyatt is about to drop all the way to the back here if he can't find his way into that low line soon.
Yeah, but what damage has he got? We clearly saw there was damage on the car, and then it put back on the car. So we clearly saw that there was damage in the car in the first place, you know, at the end of the day. What is it going to do to his car? That's going to be the question for Ryan Hyatt. Is there actually damage in there that we can't see? Can I have a look at the rear right suspension arms? That all looks like that's working and looking quite good. What about the other side? No, nothing really standing out at me here as well. So it looks like he might have got away with it on the rear end of that car there, but yeah, definitely lost his bumper as Harmon and Hyatt are going side by side, and Harmon's gone through now once again. What's the steering like? Oh, he's well over. What's going on?
Yeah, that's further over than we've seen people, so I'm not sure, and his throttle inputs don't sound right either, so I didn't think Ryan Hyatt had already used his fast repair. Maybe he pulled a James Parfit, accidentally checked it on the first pit stop.
I didn't check it. And they took it. I was robbed.
You were. I'll give you that one.
They took
no
it.
operator errors involved.
How am I supposed to know? No. If there's no damage on my car, don't use my fast repair. And there wasn't damage on my car, so I didn't think to uncheck it, because why would I think to uncheck it if I haven't got any damage in the first place? That's my argument, and I'm sticking to it.
I don't disagree with that argument at all. I do not disagree with the argument that you present at all.
Thank you.
I'm just saying that could have been what happened.
Could have been, and it did happen to me, and to be blatantly honest, well, so yeah, I will take that one on the chin as we're going into 120. We've got 55 coming up on the clock very, very shortly. We've got Tyler Merritt, who little bit of bumper runner on Ryan Hyatt, what do you think? Because that's put Hyatt all the way down, so clearly he's got damage somewhere in this car, because he's now gone from being in the lead to now being all the way at the back for Ryan Hyatt. Speed looks okay, but he's clearly got damage. If we have a look, sort of inputs are we getting out of Merritt, you can see he's kind of 20 to 30 degrees to the left here. No real, not all the way round. And then if we look at Ryan Hyatt's coming in, this is where it proved me wrong now, but he's been, he's a lot further around, yeah.
Yeah, he's real slow, especially on the entry to the corner. I don't know what it is, but look at that. He's only getting up to about 116, whereas, you know, Merritt's getting into the 120s going through. Even Cameron Kane here, as we watch Cameron Kane on the inside, he's getting above 120. So, yeah, I don't know what's happened to Hyatt, but he's having a bad time here.
Yeah, Cameron Kane, Ward Fisher going side by side now. And round goes Cameron Kane in that Crocs machine. Ward Fisher still running the high line. He's still going to try the slingshot move. However, he does want to go in high and then bring it out low to kind of get the full force and use the banking. He's got to run it up high, bring it down low, slingshot it out here. But don't take advice from me. I'm an Englishman that commentates on NASCAR.
I mean, you drive NASCAR better than most Americans I know that try to drive in iRacing, so I would take your advice, James.
Thank you.
However that would be. I would take your advice if I was running through. So, if you're listening to the broadcast, you're a driver, maybe listen to something James says. He might teach you a thing, the MX500 winner.
Oh, I was winding my son up with that the other day. I went go-karting on my birthday, right? It was 2 days ago. And we were in little electric go-karts. They didn't go fast, they were like 15 miles an hour. And it was on, I don't know if you drive Dodgems. Have you heard of Dodgems? Where you go and smash into each other with tyres around your cars? As we're going to I'll hold that for a minute, because I want to see what Benson's going to do with Corey here. Because at the moment, he's been up and down, up and down. Is he going to be able to get up, get the inside line? Corey's leaving it a little bit open for Benson. It's going to have that opportunity if he can just send it in. Corey's starting to slide up, not braking early enough. Just get it down to speed a little bit sooner there for Al. And it looks like nothing is going to be coming of this one. So the little go-karts go on them little dodger plates. So the whole track is like that silver plates, and you can drift the cars around the corner. Now, don't get me wrong, as I say, they only go 15 miles an hour. So my boys were like in front of me as we were sitting in the pits waiting to go, and they were like, oh, we're going to win. I went, all right, mate, go for it. So off they went, and I set chase. You know, it was like, it was just me trying to chase them down. I got past my eldest son, and then I got past the youngest son as well, cleared him, and then went round the whole circuit and lapped the youngest son again. So Dad did feel quite happy coming out of that racetrack and knowing that I've just beaten a 13 and a 11-year-old.
Listen, sometimes you just got to remind them that Dad's the best. That's how that is, James. I can't say
they weren't boasted that they were going to win. Until obviously I went round one of the corners and my son was in the barrier facing the wrong way as the car had spun. But yeah, they were little sliding machines. They were quite cool, to be fair. And it was just a fun time for us driving there as well. So yeah, it was I do recommend that to anybody. If anybody hasn't got indoor go-karting, go indoor go-karting. It's a lot of fun for anyone there as well. But Benson and Corey still going nose to tail here for Corey. I'm wondering how long it's going to be before Benson tries to at least make some form of move on Corey. He's been set up behind him now. We've got literally 46 to go. The laps are coming down thick and fast here. Literally thick and fast. So not long at all, Brad. What do we reckon on Benson's move? What's he going to be able to do? Is he just got to muscle him off the inside again?
Yes, that is exactly what he needs to do, and I'm kind of shocked he hasn't already done it because he's had a couple moments where he's had the run on Al, but Al is driving this interesting line where he's protecting the entry and he's protecting the exit really, really well. So it's making it hard for Benson to really do anything because you see he's coming down low, and then in the mid-corner he kind of drifts up and he comes back down. He's sort of, you know, pointing off the corner a little bit. It's interesting to watch, but it's really, really good because it's kind of holding Benson back because Benson's taking more of a rounded corner, whereas Al is more of a diamond in the corner. You see he comes up above that white line and then drops back down on exit. So it's really going to frustrate Benson. Benson's going to find a way to fight that, and again, the best Benson can do is he's got to get a run off a 2 or 4, set it up, and then get up the inside if he can, and that's, you know, it's going to be really, really hard for him here to pull off, but doggone if he's not trying, especially now that Corey's starting to catch Herzog. We might have a bit of a fight on our hands.
Yeah, Benson's dropped back a little bit from Corey now as well. So now that's allowed Corey close up on Mark Herzog here. And we see Corey get this job done as they both go round on our unfortunate individual. That was out Corey. Mr. John Crutchley, of course, who may or may not have ended up in the pit lane that we saw live on the broadcast of the tyre barrier.
Yeah.
Shh. Moving on.
Moving on here. Al Corey trying to set up a move on Herzog, slowly but surely, and you're going to watch him. He guns it out of 4, and now going into 1. I mean, he's looking a little bit more to the inside. Herzog's running a higher line, and, you know, Al's trying to set this up really, really well. We go through on the exit, and again, you see Al looking for a move, trying to set something up, not able to. Ahead there, Harcum and Hyatt going around. Hyatt's now a lap down. Hyatt loves the wall there. Al, you got to get down there. You got to get down there. They're both going to go down there, and Ryan Hyatt gets well out of the way, and now Al is side by side. He's going to bring it around. Can he hold on to it? And he's just close enough to hold that inside line. If he can keep the car down there, he should be able to pull this pass off.
Yeah, Al Corey, we've got the inside line over Mark Herzog there. Now he's just got to do exactly what he did on the corner before to the next corner. And he does close him off a little bit, but makes Herzog go very, very wide. Now what I would have done is positioned my car kind of alongside Herzog and forced him up into the wall and just forced him a little.
Oh, they're both spinning.
Hold it. Oh. No, hold it. No, hold it. Mark Herzog. That was just. But it did look like Corey was trying to come across. And then that was definitely a little bit of a miscommunication on braking there for Corey and Herzog.
Herzog went just enough around for a caution to throw as the pace car phases through Herzog. If Mark had been about 5 degrees more around, 5 degrees less around than what he was, I don't think a caution would have been thrown for that period, and they'd both be in a very bad spot.
Yeah, Merritt going into the pit lane here. We will. We want to have a chat with this man, Ryan Hyatt there. Ryan, welcome in. How are you? Ryan? Ryan?
Hey, Corgi.
Nope, not here. All right, well, we can't have a chat.
That dog.
Oh, man. Well, we can't have a chat to him then. It looks like he may also be out of the race here. Maybe we'll try a chat. See if we can bring. I don't think we can bring the champion in. I'll do that at the end, I think. Who have we not had a chat to for absolutely ages? Mr. JC. We'll have a quick chat with JC John Campbell, the Australian man himself. JC, welcome in. How are you?
I'm very well tonight, and how about you, sir?
I'm doing very good, sir. I'm doing very good. I haven't had a chat to you for a while, mate, before we bring you up here. How was it out on the racetrack?
For the first 6 or 7 laps, as everyone's getting settled in, it's great. Then the tyres heat up, and it's like I'm at a strip club. There's butts waving everywhere in the front.
Well, JC, not that you've ever been to one, no?
No, well, maybe once.
You've got to try it once, right? You know what I mean? Let's be real about it. I think everybody has here as well. So, what do we reckon of JC's chances? How far do you reckon you're going to get?
I'm hoping for 7th, as long as I can finish in front of Harmon, and I'd like to finish in front of Jason, but I don't think I can catch him.
Yeah, he's a little bit further up the road, though. You've got to finish in front of Jason if you can. You're tied on points in the championship.
Yeah, that's the deal.
Yeah, well, good luck, JC. We'll try and have a chat maybe a little bit later on, but you take care, mate, and stay away from them wiggly butts.
Thanks, bud.
Take care. Oh, JC.
I did not expect that at all. Out of all the things I could have predicted Mr. John Campbell to say, wasn't expecting that.
No, that was not one of them there either. That was definitely not one of them. Cameron Kane in the front, Merritt alongside. Cameron's on a lot older tyres, and if Kane holds on for any more or any longer than a lap here, I would be very surprised, because Cameron is last pitted on lap 108, Tyler on 142. Kane has gone, Merritt's, well, there you go. He didn't even last in the lead for a straight.
Yeah, I wasn't giving him till the exit of 2, so exceeding expectations, Tyler Merritt. Very good job on your performance evaluation. And Sean Bradley very quickly going to get around Cameron Kane. He's going to send it around towards Merritt, almost 3 wide between Kane, Benson, Harcum here, as they try to settle themselves out into some sort of a race fashion here. And, well, Benson's going to get pinned there, and Al Corey in the mix wants to dive down low below Benson if he can hold on to it. And there's the 3 wide we were looking for.
Yes, JC wanted to catch Benson. Said he was too far away. This is a point score on the board here for Benson and JC. Now you can see JC's going to be there. He wanted to catch him said he thought he was too far away. A lot of not carnage, but a lot of things happened within that short start there. And Kane just going backwards. He's just like, see you later, I'm just going to go back my way. And JC said he didn't think he was going to get him, but now he's literally in and around Jason Benson, right behind him, in fact. And for JC, this has got to be his moment, right? Because they're tied on points in the championship standings after the 13. There's a final round, of course. Benson on 303, JC on 303, and then it's only Chad Bear in front, who they should both overtake, and Cameron Kane possibly as well, depending on how far Kane files back again. So JC has gone past Benson, taking that inside line, Brad.
Yeah, and very, very good job there through Harmon, trying to hold that inside line as well. Very good job from Harmon to hold through, and that is, a very good position to find Mr. JC in as he continues around. And 23 to go here. These next 23 laps are going to move very quick, so I'm curious to see if anyone's got really anything left last second here in the take to try to take off Merritt, particularly if Sean Bradley has anything to try to take on Tyler Merritt and go through. And he's going to try. The big question is, what can he do?
I can't really answer that. I'm more interested to see where Walt Fisher's going to get on at this moment in time. I'm going to pick up on Bradley very, very shortly. They're going to start coming around on lapped cars. That's 11, 12 and 13. That's Tex Nichols, Herzog and John Crutchley, who we've seen, poor old John, have a moment live on the broadcast here. So I'd be interested to see how Tyler Merritt starts slicing through these, because nothing worse than the back markers in the way on a race circuit.
You can say that again. You can say that again and again and again, and I think everyone who runs in any sort of race in iRacing would agree with you, because that is the biggest thing to try to fight is back markers. But you see, Herzog does very, very well, gets way high, way out of the way, and we just continue on here, and Merritt's going to continue to try to pull a gap here. Sean Bradley's going to try to get around Mr. Herzog as well, and, well, he's a little less successful so far. Herzog's sliding in the background.
Oh, do you know the only place he would have gone if he did catch that? Straight down into Bradley.
That would have been horrible.
Yeah, it would have been absolutely disastrous for Sean Bradley, but Herzog managed to get it under control, but Bradley did lose about 2 or 3 tenths. Harmon's now in here with JC. JC's still ahead of Benson, and he's got Harmon and Melton, who we haven't really seen much of here in between them. And then we've got Benson, Ward Fisher, Cameron Kane, and Mr. John Crutchley, and Mark Herzog, who of course Mark is a lap down, and we expect Crutchley going a lap down as well very, very shortly. Ward Fisher and Benson. Fisher's taking the inside line going out of turn 2. And now Benson's gone back further as he did another tyre culprit here as well, Brad, and burnt up his tyres.
Yeah, and that is going to be... It's going to be unfortunate that his tyres have burned up so much, but frankly, a P3 is not a bad position to be in if he can hold on to it. 16 laps to go here. Al Corey is pretty quick in the background, though, and we'll have to keep our eyes on Corey if he can make up that second, because he's going to slowly be reeling Harcum in, and he is going to be a good threat there as they continue along here. 15 to go, James, out of the JPB Love 175, and it's been a good one. It's been a really good one here, but we're not done yet. Still a couple of things to sort out.
And we're only 4 cautions deep, so if you said 1 to 4 at the beginning, you were in luck. Man, I hate that I had to miss this race. There's Jeff Slaughter. Well, unfortunately, Jeff, they've only got 14 laps left of it, dear sir. Hope it was it work related, Jeff, that I'm going to presume that you missed the race for as well. And then we've got Paulia Salinas, who's put a load of dots. Hi, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. JC still staying ahead of Harmon. This will do JC's championship a great job, because he will be finishing ahead of Benson here. But JC, Matt Harmon probably are your closest battle on track currently. And what is Harmon going to have to try and do here to clear JC? Are we looking at the same thing that we had before, Brad, where he's just kind of setting him up and then bullying him off the inside?
Yes, that is precisely what we're going to see, and he's got to make it stick when he does it, because he's got very, very limited laps, very, very limited time. Everybody a little swirly there, though. Matt Harmon doing well to catch that car as we continue along here. He's looking for a top 5. Top 5 would be a good way to end the season here as we go, and, well, at this point, drive the wheels off of it. You got no reason to keep wheels on this car here. 11 to go. Just send it, Matt. Let's see, and don't tap the wall on the exit of 2. That's not what we wanted, but that's what he does.
Yeah, but is that due to the fact that obviously it's just a tough race circuit, isn't it? You know, it's easy to run high coming out of 2 and 4 and ended up in the wall because you're carrying speed at the point that you're going in on 1 and 3. So, you know, can they be forgiven, do we think here, Brad, and the fact that sometimes they have hit the wall, partly due to the fact it's just difficult not to?
Yes, I would agree that they can be forgiven a little, but you still have to not do it. Oh, Harmon sliding up there.
Yeah, big old switch from that Harmon there. Jeff, did your dog a wrong un? Poor old Jeff Slaughter's dog, fortunately, got spaded. And then he had to keep an eye on her. So there we go. But he's going to be back for next season, apparently in multiple series. So there you go. I might see you Wednesday nights for the Draft Kings series. I'm a king, I'm not a queen, Mr. Corey.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a very, very good one. So I'm really excited for the DraftKings series. I really am. I think that's gonna be a big. Matt Harmon, no, keep it together. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, he saved that one. No caution, 6 to go. Man.
Oh, that was a sideways sweep as well from Harmon.
Yeah,
he did a good job holding that.
That's car control right there. Look at him. Look at him save this. I mean, he wanted to go in, just held on to it, and managed to get the car to grip back through. Man, but that has put him way back.
Yeah, but he got covered off, didn't he? JC covered him off on his entrance. JC left the door a little bit open. Harmon went to go down, and JC was like, no, no, no. And JC covered him off straight away. And then, of course, Harmon then didn't have much choice but to hit the brakes. And as he hit the brakes, the car said, no, I don't like being slammed on the brakes that much, thank you very much. And he's almost went round as well. So Matt Harmon doing a great job. Thumbsticks running up high. That's Corey, Nodge Crutchley, sorry, down low. And is he going to make it easy for Mr. Merritt? Oh, not so much from Nodge on this time here.
I don't really think Merritt's trying to pass him. I think Tyler's just trying to run these final few laps and be nice and comfortable. Honestly, is what it looks like. I don't see Thumbsticks putting any pressure on him. I think he just kind of said, you know what, Nodge, it's fine. Keep running your line here. You're in P11. I'm not really going to push, and let's just finish this race up. And there's a wiggle from Nodge, though, and Nodge is going to have to get out of the way. And there we go. And everybody's tires are cooked, but white flag coming around here.
Yeah, white flag lap now. Over we go. There you go. Final lap of the race here. But the JPB Love 175. And it is going to be Mr. Tyler Thumbsticks Merritt is going to wrap up the win. He's going to wrap up the championship. And Merritt is going to take the victory. Tyler Merritt comes over the line. He takes the win. He takes the win. Sean Bradley got second. Ben Harcum got third. And then Chris Melton is down with JC, who did finish ahead of Benson, who was further down. He's going over the line with Ward Fisher. Side by side, Fisher takes it there as well. So a great job from them. I think that's going to put, if I'm going to do some maths now, never good, but we'll have a go.
James doing math at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's dangerous.
And it's 3:15, but I'll let you read the standings out while I try and work out something, yeah?
And as James, Tex Nichols in the background gets slammed, but as James is doing his quick little maths in his head here, Tyler Merritt is going to be your winner, of course, championship winner and race winner wraps it up on a good note with a nice little bow for a victory. Sean Bradley in P2, and Mr. Ben Harkham there in 3rd place. Al Corey fighting his way up into P4. Chris Melton into 5th place. JC John Campbell P6. Matt Harmon in 7th. Ward Fisher P8. Jason Benson in 9th. Cameron Kane rounding out your top 10. Mr. Naj Crutchley there in P11. He was fighting to stay on the lead lap. Unfortunately goes down a lap in the end. Mark Hertzog in P12. Tex Nichols with NicholsOilPros in P13. And Ryan Hyatt, that doggone corgi, in P14.
By my calculations, Matt Harmon and Ben Harkham are tied for 3rd in the championship here. They were on 348 and 343. Ben Harkham scored 5 more points than Matt Harmon, which then makes them draw on 384. So that would be a quick conversation with this man at the end of the race. How do you, Mr. Corey, work out ties? I've got Matt Harmon and Ben Harkham on exactly the same points on 384.
Well, that's a good question. I think it's going to be the first tiebreaker is the number of wins.
That's
Harmon. Do either one of them have any wins?
Harmon's got it. Then
that's it, because it's first on the number of wins.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Al. Well, that sums it up. Matt Harmon has wrapped up 2nd place there. Al, why? I've got you. Not bad at all. 4th place.
Yep, I'm happy with my drive after a disastrous start. Hey, I just want to say we're glad to name this race the JPB Love 175, and want to say thank you to you and all the guys who worked for you in the booth for us this season. Meant a lot to us. You've been a great partner, and we appreciate it.
Well, it's been our pleasure, and I'm sure it's been Brad's pleasure as well, and everybody else that we've had here. We tried to list them all earlier. I did try and think who they were, Al, but it's been a pleasure, mate. You know that, and looking forward to season 6.
All right, we'll catch up with you guys later.
Take care. Right, let's go back now. So it's basically Matt Harmon has got the 2nd place there, Brad. So we could do with Mr. Ben Harkham, who has joined us in the booth now as well. Ben wraps up 3rd in the race, and he also, due to a countback after not winning a race, has finished 3rd in the championship. Ben, welcome in. How are you?
Doing good. How about y'all?
I'm doing very well, mate. I've just sat and watched 175 laps of great racing there, buddy. Listen, from our point of view, you and Matt are tied, but Matt's got a win and you haven't. So Matt takes the 2nd place, and you finish 3rd in the championship.
Yep, I thought I had him running up front there for a little bit, but that one race I missed hurt me in the standings, but it was all around good, great season racing.
Yeah, how was it out on Fairgrounds anyway?
It was a little loose. I kept having issues with connection issues, and I was trying to let everybody by and not mess up anybody's race, but the track is pretty fun, a little loose.
Hot? Do you think that was more sort of tire-wise getting slidey?
Yeah, I think the track temp was 120, 118, something like that.
Very hot there, mate. Very hot indeed. Well, Ben, listen, congratulations on your 3rd in the race. Congratulations on your 3rd in the championship. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
I just want to thank you guys for broadcasting these amazing races, and thank everybody at all the TBP admins. They do a wonderful job.
Well, Ben, thanks so much for joining us there, buddy, and congratulations on your 3rd place.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to have a chat with the race 2nd place in the race, Mr. Sean Bradley. Looked like he might have got Mr. Merritt towards the end there as well. Didn't quite make it at one point, but let's see if he felt how close he actually was. Sean, welcome into the booth, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm doing very well. I've just watched some great races as well. Is this one of these things, Sean, where you were close, but no cigar?
I think it was just how the cautions came out. If we didn't have that last one, I think I had the long run speed that I might have been able to challenge Tyler, but as we saw in the first stint, but it just didn't fall that way. So, Tyler had the short run speed and he beat me.
Yeah, season for you overall, Sean? What do we think? Are you going to be more consistent next season?
I sure hope so. I mean, I didn't even get that as many starts as I was hoping for this season, so we'll see next season if that's the case.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to see you on track and taking it to Tyler there on the race circuit as well. Will you be entering into the DraftKings series?
Draft Queens, is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, but I don't like being called a queen, so I've called it Kings.
Well, Raptor loves being called a queen, so you can call it that. But I would love to enter as many as those as I could. I do have a conflict on Wednesday night, so I'm hoping that it's not going to be so bad. But I love Super Speedway racing. I love how there's going to be different classes, race to race. So I really hope so.
Well, I might see you on track, buddy. That should be fun there as well. But Sean, thanks so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, big shout out to Tex for sponsoring this series this year. And Tyler, great job. He did a much better championship burnout than I did last season. I don't really want to draw too much attention to that, but all the other guys that are running this thing like Rafter, and great job, everybody.
Awesome stuff. Well, Sean, thanks so much for joining us, everybody, and well done on your second place.
Thank you.
Right, now I'm going to go and have a chat with Mr. Matt Harmon, who finished below Ben Harkham, and they actually drew on points and then Matt took the second place in the championship due to the countback on wins. So, Matt, well done to you. Finished 7th in the race, but you finished 2nd in the championship this season.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I thought Ben had me there, especially after I wrecked and hit the wall, and I was just struggling all night.
Loose. That's what I've heard so far.
Yeah, it felt pretty good through 1 and 2, but then going into 3, it was all over the place if you didn't hit it just right.
Yeah, we've spoken about the temperature being quite high as well. You know, we've talked about managing tyres on that. How easy is it on a short track to manage tyres? Is it easy, or is it one of a difficult skill here?
Normally, I struggle managing tires because I always find myself behind Al and racing him pretty hard, so I end up burning my stuff up pretty quick. But today, I seem to save the tires a little bit better. But then again, I wasn't going near as fast as some of the guys up front. So,
yeah, well, listen, you did a great job finishing 2nd in the championship. So, congratulations to you. Is there anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
You guys for always putting on a great broadcast, and this race was for you guys and all the admin, Al, Ben, Hyatt. Every one of them, they put on a great season every season for us, and this is always a blast to participate in.
Awesome stuff. Well, Matt, thanks so much for joining us there, buddy, and congratulations on your 2nd place in the championship.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. And next up is the man. Not only did he win the race, he took the championship as well and won coming into this as well. We call him Thumbsticks because he uses a controller, but he is just exceptionally quick on the controller. So why would he change to a wheel? Well, let's give him a shout out. He's won the championship. He won the final race of the season as well. Won Mr. Tyler Merritt. Tyler, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm very happy after tonight, after thinking that Sean was going to beat me after he passed me in that first run. I was like, Sean's finishing his first one of the season.
Yeah, it was a nice little battle out there, wasn't it? But you've managed to hold on and you've managed to take the victory.
Oh yeah, it was definitely pretty sketchy for a while because I don't know if it came across like that on the broadcast, but on entry it was tight. Exit was tight too, unless you kind of put more throttle in it. But the problem is with it being a short track, and especially the Xfinity car that just melts through tires. And the weird thing is, Sean had better tire wear than me, but after that first run, he kept sliding his tires more. So like our tire, I had worse tire than him, but I think our tire heat was similar, so the tires were performing the same, and that allowed me to, I'd say, pull away enough to where he had to burn stuff up and he started making mistakes, and that's what I think gave me the win. Because if it wasn't for him getting us during damage to that last run, I think he could have caught up to me, and that would have been a good battle for the win.
Yeah, it would have been a nice little fight there as well. But listen, I got to congratulate you because that's your first championship within Triple Bypass, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I also won the GT4 championship this season as well.
Well, there you go. Wrapping up 2 in a row. You don't take 1, you might as well take 2 if you're going to win it for the first time there, bud. But listen, you've done an exceptional job this season as well. Are we likely to see you back defending your championship next season?
Oh, you definitely are. I don't know if you guys are gonna broadcast any of the Sunday Next Gen races. I'm gonna test that car out throughout the off season and just see how the car handles, because I don't like it, but since Rafter and Matt Piercini and them, they've decided to go with custom fix sets for that series for next season. I'm hoping the car will be a little looser than it is typically on the iRacing fix sets, and if I like it, you will likely see me in the Sunday races as well, as I'm going to defend this Xfinity Championship next season, and I'm going to try to get the Road Championship next season too, since we're going to GT3/GT4 multi-class. We're combining the 2 series from this season.
Well, that should be a fun one to watch there, sir, as well. So well done to you. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on the pole position. And congratulations on the fastest lap. So you've taken a full crown of everything there, Tyler. And once again, sir, congratulations overall.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Wanted to thank both of you guys for the amazing broadcasts. Like usual, even the races I've done, I've made sure to go back and watch the broadcasts from SRX, and I think it was Gen 4. I want to thank Rafter, Hyatt, Ben, Kyle, Kyle Gurch, all of the amazing admins this season. I want to thank Glitch Energy for picking me as an affiliate earlier this year. I want to thank both my racing teams, Full Send Racing and Wanted Goons, and I just want to thank everyone in the league for keeping the series pretty clean racing for the most part. I mean, averaging, I think, maybe 2 cautions a race, if not less. That's amazing for how long the race has been, and also it's Xfinity. As dirtier as the car gets, sometimes by people how tight it gets, you'd think more people plow on the wall than they do. I just want to commend the amazing driving standards that the series has had this season.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Well, Tyler, thanks so much for joining us there, buddy, and congratulations on your win for the champion. Ladies and gentlemen, your Season 5 champion, Tyler Thumbsticks Merritt. Congratulations, buddy.
All right, you guys have a good night. I appreciate it.
Take care. Now, I'm going to have a chat with Mr. Tech Nichols here as well. The reason I brought Tex in is obviously sponsored this series this season. Tex, welcome back into the booth. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
No worries at all. Really, Tex, it's just a thank you for sponsoring the season. It's been absolutely amazing as well, and hope you've been given all your sponsors hospitality by Al and the rest of the TBB admins who have, hopefully they brought you champagne and brought you sandwiches, have they not?
Not really. But it's been fun. I've learned a lot. This is my first full season with this league, and the last part of the previous season, I realized this is something that I really enjoy. So I thought I would put a little money into it.
Yeah, and it's been absolutely amazing that you have, and obviously, we've been able to broadcast a lot more races this season, and you've done a great job with it there as well. Are we likely to see? Do you think, Tex, you're going to be back on track next season?
I will. Nichols Oil Pros is proud to announce that we are coming back as the title sponsor for the Thursday night races, and I have picked October 10th is the race that I'm going to sponsor, and that happens to be my birthday. So we're going to have the Tech 60 bash.
Oh, what's the racetrack?
It's Nashville, but it's the super speedway, not the fairgrounds.
Oh. Well, there we go. That's going to be an exciting one as well. But Tex, final words from you there, buddy. Is there anyone you want to shout out or anybody you want to say thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to Al and Matt Harmon and Ward for coaching me a little bit to get me a little more competitive. And like I said, I've learned a lot this season, and I'm getting faster. I would have been on the lead lap or close to it had I not tapped that wall and gotten some wheel damage just after midpoint in the race.
That's a bit of a shame, but you've managed to complete the race, Tex, which is always important. And once more, thanks so much for sponsoring this one as well. Don't forget to go check them out, guys, at NicholsOilPros.com there as well. Tex, it's been a pleasure having you along for this chat and having you along as the sponsor for the series, and we look forward to seeing you back next season.
Thank you, guys. You have a great night.
Thank you. Right, Brad, there we go. That is literally, I think we've covered everybody in the championship, and our final words from, of course, Tex Nichols from NicholsOilPros, who have sponsored this season racing. Brad, it's been a very exciting season, as it always has been.
Yeah, and I say this time over time when we talk about triple bypass. I absolutely love this league. I've kind of adopted this league as one of like my dedicated leagues, you know, that I always, anytime there's an opportunity to commentate them, if I don't have a schedule conflict, I make sure I'm on the board. I make sure I know what I'm going on with all the different leagues. I make sure I'm in the loop of all of the championship standings. A very, very big amount of love for me personally goes into triple bypass, and they've adopted me back into that with it, and they've adopted JPB into that with that. But even then, outside of JPB, if I've wanted to race with them, they've let me come in and join and race and run different things. I mean, it's a great group of guys. It's awesome. Big shout out from me to everyone for, you know, the love they show us here at JP Broadcasting, the love they show us personally, all the fun behind the scenes chats that we get to have, you know, are awesome with all of the admin. But even then, you know, there's a lot of really cool guys in this league that, you know, I've gotten to make friends with, and, you know, I talk to regularly. Like I said, I keep up with the whole league, but there's a lot of guys I keep up with regularly, and, you know, a lot of different things that have gone on, a lot of connections that are made. And honestly, you know, I tell everyone, if you're looking for a home for an iRacing league and you're a brand new racer, this is the league for you. And, you know, big shout out to them as always. And I can't wait for season 6, man. I genuinely cannot wait for season 6.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very awesome season 6. I think at the end of the day as well, I'm going to try and get myself onto the track for the DraftKings series. I'm queen. I'm no queen. So yeah, I'm going to come and hopefully try and get on for that one and join up with the boys, because I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. But that's it. Much love to everybody from Triple Bypass. Thanks so much for having along for season 5, and we look forward to coming along for season 6. And of course, a big shout out to Tex Nichols from NicholsOilPros.com. Go and check them out for all your oil needs there on NicholsOilPros.com. But I've been James Parfitt, and I've been alongside Bradley Dalton for most of this season. And well, for the final time of season 5, take care, have a great week, and you never know. See you on track next season. Good night.